This is Caribbean Vibe.
Man create his own monster. Weapons of damnation and disaster. No sign at all of human rights. Today has turned into night. Is racialism so? And segregation so? Which way is left to go? I don't know. What about love thy neighbor? Tell me, what about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Nobody cares a damn anymore. All they got on their mind is war. Tell me, what about equal rights and justice? Tell me, what about peace and happiness? Yeah. Give it. Negotiations breaking down is a whole big runaround. A lot of talk is what goes on, while the world is left to mourn. Starvation taking toll, weapons out of control. The atmosphere is cold. What about love thy neighbor? Tell me, what about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Nobody cares a damn anymore. All they got on their mind is war. Tell me, what about equal rights and justice? Tell me, what about peace and happiness? Hey, give it. Yeah.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
Tell me, what about love thy neighbor? Tell me, what about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Nobody cares a damn anymore. All they got on their mind is war. Tell me, what about equal rights and justice? Tell me, what about love and happiness? Yeah.
Now, anybody who really know, I love this song. Wow. You see this song by Baron? Whoa. Yeah, boy. This is a real good song. All right, so I'm seeing people on my Facebook and I'm seeing people on my YouTube. I want to say thanks very much to all of you coming on. Remember to like and share. And also on YouTube, subscribe to our page. Okay? Let me say happy birthday to Miss Hazel Manning. Today is Miss Manning's birthday, and I want to take time out to say happy birthday to her. And I pray that God riches blessings and long life be upon you, and that you enjoy your day today, Miss Manning. I know from time to time you do listen to 91.9, you do listen to Constructive Talk. I've gotten a lot of, I've gotten a lot of reviews from you, and I want to say thank you very much for being on and sharing with me from time to time what are your thoughts about my program and where you think I could enhance and where you think I could what I think I can incorporate into the program. So Miss Manning, Miss Hazel Manning, happy birthday to you today, and I pray that you continue to guide and inspire persons, young persons like myself. So this is what I wanted to show today. Let me show you what I wanted to show today. This is what I wanted to show you guys today. So this week, people say we don't show enough good things that are happening and we focus too much on the negative. So jump on the live and look at this positive video.
Hi, my name is Trisha Scott. I'm from Tobago, and I have attended Career Day in Napa, Trinidad. And I must say that it has been one of the best Career Day fair I have ever experienced since I'm experiencing these things. It has been very informative. I mean, it's a bit busy because everybody's trying to get information and, but it was very informative, and the persons that were in charge of different booths and giving the necessary information was so kind and straightforward and went really in depth about how to apply for certain jobs, how to get into the university, the requirements and the alternative requirements if necessary. So it was really fun and really informative, and I really did enjoy it, and I encourage you to come next year and look forward to it.
If you come on, once you come on to the live, you're gonna see what was happening at Napa. So come on to the live and you would see. Right, so you got to see it, and I hope that those of you who always say that we don't show enough good things that are happening, let me show you something else too that took place or is taking place this week at for the youth of Trinidad and Tobago. Can I show you? Okay, so I'm going to show you. All right, I'm going to show you another one. Good things that are happening for the young people of Trinidad and Tobago. Right, so look at this. Come on the live and take a look at this. All right, take a look at this. So we're giving you the good information, the good news. So you need to jump on the live to see and to hear some of the good news that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago.
Go ahead. What is your name?
Come now,
Tell him your name, man.
Show him off. Don't show him off. Yo, it's your boy Travis Will, and we're here at Napa. It's all about my DNS, the Youth Week 2022, and we had a real good week today, a real good day today actually. You know, I was doing some push-ups and things,
yeah,
and I learned I have real money to make when I come here, because it's a real thing for the youths and them. Tell them about it.
Yeah, real money to make.
Yeah, real money to make.
Well, guys, we just got a lot of information today. We had every single stall, and the information that we receive can help us. As Travis said, would help him make a lot of money, but there are also a lot of opportunities for young people, just in general.
Most
so we learned a lot today at the career fair, and also at SAPA. It was the Entrepreneurship Village, which is happening tomorrow, right
over here,
at Napa. So when you come out early, Travis, and do some more push-ups. He needed, you see them arms? He needs to do some push-ups.
I call it out, let me tell you something. I see army men here, I see police, I see coast guard. Challenge me.
So, good news. Good news. That's some good news. And some really good news. And I hope that those of you who want to know what are some of the good things happening for the youths in Trinidad and Tobago, those are some of the good things that are happening for our young people. All right, Napa, SAPA, and I believe Friday, which is tomorrow, it concludes at the government campus. Right? At the government campus, it concludes on Friday. I'll get you all the information before I leave here today. But again, Trinidad and Tobago, it is something that I think that we need to be a little more aware of, all right, of what's going on.
They making new laws every day, and those of the master they throw away. The things they go about and preach, it's not what they teach, and no one seems to care. The whole world lives in fear. Just despair everywhere, everywhere. Oh Lord, tell me, what about love thy neighbor? Tell me, what about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Nobody cares a damn anymore. All they got on their mind is war, war. Tell me, what about equal rights and justice? Tell me, what about love and happiness?
This is Caribbean Vibe.
Man create his own monster, weapons of damnation and disaster. No sign at all of human rights. The day has turned into night. Is racialism so, and segregation so? Which way is left to go? I don't know. Lord, tell me, what about love thy neighbor? Tell me, what about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Nobody cares.
All right, so today I want to look at, so I showed you the good news, right? So there's another thing I wanted to talk about. Tomorrow, the trade union movement is planning a protest against the 4%. I want to hear your views on it, but I want you to listen to the PSA president on an early morning show, talk show, and I want you to hear what he had to say about the negotiations. I want to play for you Mr. Ansel Roger, and I want to then open up the phone lines to hear your views on the situation going forward with the protest that is planned by the trade union movement. All right. So let me take you to a discussion I was having that was had this morning with the PSA head. All right. So join me on the live. Remember, you can see, you can hear all that's happening. So if you join me on the live, you can see and you can hear. If you join me on the radio, you will just be hearing. But I want to encourage you to jump onto our Facebook page, which is the Street 919 FM Facebook page, and our YouTube page, which is Iwer TV. All right? Jump on, and I want you to look at what is happening or what was being said by the PSA head. All right? On tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow with the protests. So jump on the live and you can hear what's going on.
So with a sense of anticipation, we welcome Mr. Batista to our discussion. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks very much for taking the time.
Good morning to you, Fazir, and good morning to your viewership, and thanks for having me.
Indeed. Well, we did have our discussion a couple of weeks ago in relation to the entire WASA situation, and that particular trajectory continues from the government side. But let's deal with those numbers, because I'm sure many others in the media would have been trying to get a sense of the numbers that are being put forward. What can you tell us in that regard?
In respect of the negotiation or what?
The negotiations.
Okay. Well, simply put, Fazira, the PSA is seeking to try to have the public officers maintain their standard of living. And therefore, our focus is inflation and how it would have impacted the workers' living standards. The government, of course, would have been holding out about an affordability issue. So therefore, from the PSA standpoint, we would have simply asked the government, therefore, to focus on one period at a time. There's no need to be trying to, this first lead was 8 years, and then the next time it was 6 years. We are saying, no, the first period is 2014, 2016. So let's focus on one period at a time, and therefore we can deal with the whole issue of us looking at how things are unfolding in the macroeconomic environment and as we deal with the further period. So firstly, we would have proposed only for 2014, 2016, and we would have asked, put on the table, it would have been 964, which is 19% on behalf of the workers. That 19% for 2014 and 2016 takes into consideration that you have had at that relevant period an inflation of 14% in terms of headline inflation. But in terms of food inflation, which impacts persons in the lower income brackets, where more than 3/4 of the salaries at times just towards putting food, they would be faced with a food inflation at that time, relevant time, of about 27%. And fuel inflation would have been about 30%. So therefore, we look at the combination of all the impact on persons' income, that is to say, the effective cut in their purchasing power, to try to re-establish some level of purchasing power to them on that relevant period. Is hence why we would have proposed or counter-proposed, as it were, the 19%. And therefore, that is our negotiating position in terms of the cash money. We would also reject it outright, this notion of the non-consolidation of cost of living. And in that regard, on behalf of public officers, we would have recommend a cost of living for 2014, 2015, 2016 as follows: $500, $550, and $750. And again, that is to take into consideration this cost of living that is just going up from day to day, as it were. So we would recommend first you consolidate the cost of living to their basic salary, 2014, and then you apply a cost of living allowance to them. Now, thirdly, Fazir, we would have placed on the table, on behalf of public officers, a number of things that we would have shared with the CPO that, if given favorable consideration, will help to impact the standard of living of our members. And it could lend itself to areas where we can negotiate to come to some quick settlement. It's a negotiation. And for Zir, sometimes you use the word negotiation. I wanted to let the general public know, one of the fundamental reasons that we have to come out on Friday is to reject what has been passing for negotiations. You have a CPO just come before the table with a letter. He reads out the content and then sits and looks at it and will indicate in no uncertain terms that there's no negotiations. This is just a position.
If I could ask you, Mr. Badi, and we appreciate you giving us all this information, and indeed, if there's more to come, we'd like to hear it, but the letter that he reads is from whom?
The letter that the CPO reads?
Yes.
The CPO, he prepares his letter, but obviously his letter is based on what the Minister of Finance would have given him as a position. So he comes, he's paid handsomely. You would want to believe to do a job, and the job is called to negotiate. But he operates as no more than a messenger. He literally comes and reads, then he awaits, he sits there and awaits some kind of reaction from you. So if we choose to, we can get into it and explain to him why this is absolutely unreasonable. And then at the end of which he may just try to issue some subtle threat, and the obvious subtle threat is this idea, well, we could probably, this might end up in the industrial or the special tribunal, rather, in terms of the public service. And that's it. There is no negotiation. Fazir, this is not a disrespect. Somehow we look at this as though it's the trade union leaders versus the political directorate, the government. It's not about that. When trade union leaders go before the government and through its agent, the CPO, and that is met out to the trade union leaders, it's not a disrespect to the leaders. It's a disrespect to workers. And if it's one reason workers must come out there, it's just to say, no, you can't disrespect me. I who have to work on behalf of the state, that you could completely not even prepare to engage in no form of negotiation whatsoever. You look at the US Senate, where even among the Democrats, for them to come to an agreement, they will spend hours upon hours to facilitate coming to some agreement in some negotiation effort. But you have here, the states simply come and engage in journalistic behavior of just, he comes and reads. He's paid to read. He prepares a letter based on his direction and literally reads it for you. That is one of the things workers, it's a disrespect to workers in this country. They are owed that you treat their contract of employment, the renewal of their contract of employment with some level of regard and respect, and be prepared to negotiate their standard of living. So I just wanted to be clear. That is one of the fundamental reasons that people have to come out on Friday to tell the government to come and engage in real negotiation.
And Mr. Batiste.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? You heard the president of PSC. What are your thoughts? 342-0081. 342-0081. And 771-1791. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Pastor Google, I don't know if you're in, but I'll continue to talk. Pastor Google, I can understand that this is just a fix you. He must do his work. That's his job. His job is to do the negotiation. If everything falls back or everything, he goes to his boss. His bosses and them, he lay the table on his table, and then they will tell him, okay, this is what we're going on, this is what we can do. But he's first starts out of the negotiation. He does what he has to do. And if he's coming into a meeting, one expect he must come with his notes. So when he's been put the question, this is what he did, this is what he had before him, and this is what he come up to. You know how to put forward your argument, and he will put forward his argument. And then what he will do is he will tell, look, okay, this is that, and then he will take notes of what you say, and then he will take it. And then if he thinks that we should think that he could go and negotiate it with his boss on them and say, look, listen, I understand what the unions and them are saying. Based on my research and based on the information that I have coming up from the ministry itself, I think we can do better. Or I say, sir, I can advise the minister himself, and hey, it wouldn't make any sense doing that or everything. And that's what negotiation is all about. I mean, how you think Angus Stewart and them come to that agreement? And they come very quiet and think there. But you know what I always see? Everybody think that the treasury is a bottomless pit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google, and to your listeners as well. Pastor is Mr. Leroy Beatrice, is the gentleman name you just said, right?
Yeah.
All right. I want to say, I want to give him some thumbs up for his articulation. But one thing that stands out most for me is he said that he would have asked the government not to deal with the entire negotiations in one, but they can do it in parts so that it wouldn't be such a huge financial strain. However, I believe the last caller was incorrect when he was discussing, yes, people would go with notes, but the mere fact about having a negotiation means that both parties would have some shifting and moving around to do to try to get the best comfortable place for both parties. Unfortunately, that has not been the case, as the man say. The CPO just comes and read what he has and is not positioned in himself to want to shift at all. But the thing about this match that they want to have, Pastor Google, I don't know how much of a failure or success it would be, because a lot of persons in the public service already has already been operating as if they striking long before negotiations and all kind of thing. You see, we need to provide a better service so that when you do intend to strike or have a strike, it would really be a drastic change in the operations that are taking place. Because simple as when we hear the threat of WASA planning to withhold some water and whatever recently what Aisha was speaking about. In some communities that would be a joke, because we are accustomed to the poor service from WASA. So what is a strike going to do for some of us? You understand? It is only when the public service begins to operate in a very efficient manner, then these strikes would really get them somewhere. But until then, they probably would need to develop a different approach. And as I say, I like the articulateness of this gentleman that you just played. And it is really disrespectful on the part of the CPO and whoever else he's taking instructions for to really offer that. But as I'm telling you, it's not just the CPO alone need to check himself. A lot of our public servants as well have some checking of themselves too. I'm locked on and listening. Pastor Will, have a wonderful day.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Pastor. Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, I would like to find out something. Our country gains revenue from the energy sector. Let's say we do not have the money. Where these people want this money to come from? And even if we have money to pay them, what some people are saying here is that the government showing you what it is going on with this country. We're almost in a recession, right? We're not making the revenues like we had before. We're not selling the amount of oil and gas as we were selling before, right? So you want public servants to get a big junk. I hear a man saying 20, we go be easy on the government and ask them for 24, not 25. You'll take it easy. That's what Mr. Roshi said in our meeting live. So when you give public servants 24%, what about the rest of the country, Pastor Google? What about the ageable people? What about the sick? What about the disabled people in our country? What about all the social programs in this country? Right? I want people to be honest with themselves. If we're demanding so much money, like 24% and all of that, yeah, what I asking? Ask the majority of people in this country, do they get proper service in the public sector when they go in? Some people will tell you when they go into some of the hospitals, they get buffed, they get treated like dog. You understand? And the thing is, these government workers, these public servants, come on, we have to do better than that. Right now, Pastor Google, I have a friend who works who import things at the port. And then when he's telling me down there, the advantage of they're being taken of. And at the end, I'm addressing that. Address these things, they follow one more money. Okay? People bringing in goods at the port. The port workers literally dragging their foot, making the people and the importers and them have to spend days and days of rent fees and so on to keep the container at the port. And they're doing all of that just to get extra time and overtime and rape the system. And I'm not here, and there's advantage, all in the hospitals, all the advantages taking place on the citizens of this country. When Roger and these fellas could start to address these things, then I go agree to giving them 24% if we could afford it. Pastor Google, good show. I'll upload and listen, my brother. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, caller, go ahead.
Good afternoon. I have a problem when you hear one side of a story. I just have a problem with that. And I agree with that the caller who just speak. And that is all I have to say.
All right, thank you very much. Real interesting, eh? Real interesting. I like how you're like calling in very calm and you're like explaining how you all feel. I like this, you know. I like this. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good day, Pastor. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, sir.
As I said before, Mr. Roger made a mess of things down in Faizabad. They started his utterances real focus.
You know, I need to find that, you know. I need to find that.
Real focus. Mr. Roger and company, listen, they know fully well they're not getting no double-digit increase. We are not saying that these people is not entitled to a big raise, you know. They cannot have that this time. When you stand up in Faizabad and say X and Y and Z, and when you reach 20-something, we're going to be reasonable. And the crowd make a whole set of noise. Roger actually believe that those people believe what he was saying?
Good for a break and come back. Call me back.
Make sure that I'm on time, I can do this. And it's only prayer that can help me through it. If you know you're ready. Shoot on like a rocket, we will disappear. Up in our day. Okay, if Jesus is silent, fasten up your seatbelt, get ready. And if the devil has set me riding away, I took from navigate, I'm ready to maneuver. We up in our day, so we flying away. Taking off, taking off, taking off, taking right away. Taking off, taking off, taking off. Second verse. You up here, you see everything. See trouble from a mile, you know how to swing. Tell Satan, take the time. And if we come to the air, we go eat them raw. If you know you're ready. Shoot up like a rocket. People in prepare. Go up and at it. Wow, wow. If Jesus is silent, fasten up. Get ready. And if the devil upset, we coming up there. So come navigate and ready to maneuver. We up in the air, now we flying show my ticket. Make sure that I'm on time, I can do this. And it's only prayer that can help me through it. If you know you're there, shoot the like a rocket. People in the bed, open at it. Wow, wow, wow. Fast enough, get ready. And make the devil upset me. So come now, me, and I'm ready to move. We up in the air now. We say taking off. We want to mash up some things in the home, eh? This before I go. I'm doing this before I go. We're going to mash up the thing and then we're doing this before we go. No. Leave it right here. So this is what we're doing. Mash it up, I tell you. 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 Mash it up. 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 This is mash it up. Wait. Mash it up. Mash it up. Pull it down, I set up. Pull it down, I set up. Pull it down. Pull it down. I set up. Pull it down. Pull it down. Pull it down. Wow. Pull it down. I set up. Pull it down, I set up. Pull it down. I set. Pull it down. I set. Pull it down. I set up. Pull it down. I set up. Pull it down. I set up.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a date, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on the Street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Good about I'm looking like a real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat I look like it's not wet.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm back with you right here on the Street 919 FM. Remember, you could join me on Facebook and on YouTube, my Facebook people. Remember, you can come on, and remember, when you come on, you're going to share, you're going to like. All right? And also to my YouTube people, do the same. Subscribe to the page. So I'm going to play you a video now for Mr. Ansel Roger. All right? I'm still trying to find the video with Mr. Roger in Faizabad. Anybody could find that video? Send it for me now. I want to play that video for Mr. Roger. All right, so this is Mr. Roger preparing you for the match on Friday. Jump on the live. All right, so I'm asking callers, just give me a chance. If you're calling me on WhatsApp, if you call me on WhatsApp, the whole nation, the whole world is going to see your number. Right, so this is the video I'm going to show you guys, Mr. Ansel Roger. Let me just get it up and running, and you can join me on the live, and you can see Mr. Roger. All right? So this is Mr. Roger talking about the public servants and the whole situation. Listen to this.
They see you without obnoxious and disrespectful. All these people are very disrespectful, and they want you to keep that before your mind's eye. That is here you have the Prime Minister negotiating in public, making a pronouncement that they are not going beyond 4%, and then telling the trade union to go and negotiate with the CPO. The government taking a position, announcing it publicly and for the world to hear, and then telling you go and negotiate. Well, how disrespectful that can be? There's no negotiation. The CPO, if you didn't know, let me tell you this one, you are just a messenger and a mouthpiece for the government, which messenger and mouthpiece the trade union movement have absolutely no respect for. No respect for it. So you are a hired hand to carry a message, because there is no negotiation. When someone tells you that this is the final offer and there's nothing else coming after that, there's no room for negotiation. What has to happen to that is an outright rejection, out-of-hand rejection of that disrespectful offer. And I want you to join me this morning, before we go any further, to say that we reject outright any 4% offer.
Well, you heard him. You heard Mr. Roger. But I want to find the other clip with him with the one when he was talking about they don't want one, they don't want two, they don't want three, they don't want four. Anybody could remember that? If you could find that for me, send it for me now. I want to play it. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
That is why the late Prime Minister used to say, "Let the jackass bray," you know. Anyway, you see, there's a difference in how he answered and the last other person, right? That and all is a disrespect. But I just wanted to add it. This may not be related to this. I just wanted to bring to your attention the lovely song you heard by Baron, and most of the song by Baron, almost all that was written by Winsford Devine. So I think he also deserves the credit, huh? So I just bringing that to your attention.
Thank you very much.
God bless. Take care.
Thank you very much, Mr. Winston Devines. Ah, man. Yeah, man. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Pastor Uber.
You're sounding very soft. You need to fix your phone, please.
How about now?
No, it's still sounding very soft.
Any better?
A little, but I'll try and see if I can work it out.
I'll try to speak loud. I just want to give my opinion.
Now you're going back down low again.
All right, I'll try to call back then.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Ali, good afternoon. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, sir. Pastor Guru, there's only one thing I could describe this whole world out here. There's four kind of people in this world. There's black people, there's white people, there's one set of tortoise people with distinction, and there's mad people. Thank you.
All right, I hear you, sir. I hear you. Hello, good afternoon. All right, so the numbers you can call 342-0081, 342-0081, and 466-5391. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Pastor Guru.
Why are you sounding so soft?
Yeah, me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, Mr. Roger make a mess in Faizabad. Play back the clip.
That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find it. If anybody could get it for me, I'll appreciate it, but I'm not seeing it.
The CPO is only a messenger. Roger, we know who the CPO is. We know the CPO had to report back to his bosses. We know that as I am saying, that what you did in Faizabad, by saying when you reach, I remember it's 22 or 23, we could be reasonable and all of that nonsense. You were supposed to educate your members. If people in this country are not stupid, get a feedback from them. You making these people feel that they could get 15 and 20%, and you, Mr. Roger and company, you know damn well they can't get that. And that is what you were supposed to do in the beginning. Let them know thus and thus and thus and thus. You understand? You put the people them on a high. And now here what you doing? You begging people to come out Friday to march. And people come out from their house and who unionize come to march. That union, that labor movement, that Roger, they fed up on that man. Apparently he don't know that. He made his biggest mistake in Faizabad. He could say what he wants after. You understand? That is my contribution.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
You see when they talk about unions, they're broken and they have no ideas. They have no business. But listen to me very carefully. Roger take food out of people's mouth, bread out of people's pockets in Trinidad and Tobago. When he tell BP to take the rig and go for a few dollars more, Roger making the workers and them lose out. That is what Roger and well as a share, the unions broken fighters, they used to have about solo business. Somewhere down point 14, about a month ago, a man was killed in a vacant gas station. Not even that to repair, if you understand what I'm showing you. Going to some kind of business, but all they're doing is mining the 1% business and the government business. Protest, demonstrate, and march. That is all the business is about in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much for your call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Pastor Google, how are you?
I am all right, sir. How are you?
Let me say a special, splentifulous, good Thursday to you, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much.
And may you have a tremendous rest of the day. But Pastor Google, you know I don't understand something, right? Pastor Google, if I working under a union, the PSA, and the PSA fighting for me to get a large raise due to no raise of pay in 2013, How could I fight against my union who fighting for me to get a higher raise of pay because I had to defend my party? I don't understand that, Pastor Google. The young lady with the first initial J and the last initial F in her first and last name, she fighting against her own union.
But that person they call, why are you talking about the individual if the individual haven't made a statement? You don't know if the person going and protest. Yeah, but you don't know. Wait, just now. You don't know if she going and protest tomorrow. Because remember, and you keep not hearing. But you didn't hear her say that if the government don't move from 4%, she is going.
Pastor, let me tell you what she said.
You telling me what she said?
Yeah, because she was on the radio saying that the union should take the 4% because they might get 0 because of what happened in the past. But Pastor Google, let me quickly say this. Pastor Google, I want to thank the Prime Minister. People say I always on the Prime Minister. I want to thank the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, for finally listening to me. And the building in Chumakat, Laventel, Pastor Google, is going to be renovated by the HDC, Pastor Google. So I'm saying to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Keith Christopher Rowley, you finally listened to Wall Street, and I want to spend a fantabulous and splendiferous happy Thursday to you, because yesterday, Pastor Google, they put out a video, and the video that I put out that says Chumakat building, 7 years under Rowley, them put fake news on it. But I ain't going there today. But I want to thank the Prime Minister. Finally, the people of Trinidad and Tobago can say one time, Wall Street called a radio program, and he thanked the Prime Minister for finally, after he walked up there in 2011, and 7 years on them, they are finally going to renovate the building in Chumakat, Laventel, Pastor Google. And Pastor Google, one thing, tell them, don't wait till 2025 to renovate that building before the election, Pastor Google. Because I'm watching again, I'm watching carefully, Pastor Google. But Pastor Google, Frederick Douglass says, power concedes nothing without the demand. It never did, and it never will. You have a splentastic rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Aye.
Pastor Google, tell Wall Street the Prime Minister don't want to stand. Because you know why? He's a bully, and he likes to bully especially females. Stop talking about Jennifer Frederick. Jennifer Frederick is one of the best persons that I'm here negotiating. And give us space. Tell all the old, how to describe them, to go home and allow young people to come out and negotiate. And you don't need to negotiate for money, you negotiate for conditions as well. So tell Wall Street, I don't know what professor is, because professors look to make money. They don't come out to ridicule females. Tell him stay home in America, he has nothing to do. I question his professorship if there's a word like that. Tell Wall Street, leave the Prime Minister, he doesn't want him as a friend, neither does he want his thank you. He do what he has to do when it's available to be done. Have a nice day, Pastor Google. Damn fast with the sales.
Thank you very much.
Want him as a friend.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Pastor Google. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Pastor Google, I think the reason why that lady make that statement, right? Because when the union negotiate under Kamala, the UNC government, right? And Watson Juk take 5%, and Munilal tell Watson Juk take that 5% and wind to his side, and he take it and jump on a plane and left. I think that lady was upset the way how we went to the bargaining table and did not have no discussion. So that's why she's so upset. And also Roger them. I remember Roger them tell a company coming here to put a platform, take a rig and go. You know what that did to the economy of Trinidad? Under this pandemic, the industrial judge, that notification will go to the industrial court, you know. And the industrial court done put out a word that the government don't have no money. Under the pandemic, oil dropped below zero. It was zero. There was no revenue coming into Trinidad and Tobago. Now we're getting $8 billion. They want the whole $8 billion back over. They will not take a 4 or a 6 or 7% and see what they could get later down. They want the whole $8 billion, 20-something percent. That will go straight to the industrial court, and I don't think it will take more time there, Pastor Google. Okay? Listen to you. Have a good day, right?
Thank you very much. You know, yesterday, Miss Aisha Wells was on the program with me, right? And Aisha made a statement. And I was going to rush to play the disclaimer. Then I say, you know what? I'm playing no disclaimer with our statement. I want you to join me on the live now. I want you to come onto the Street 919 FM Facebook page and YouTube page. I want you, anybody remember the statement Aisha made yesterday about the counselor? She would have won the counselor yesterday. And I want you to jump on the live and look at this. Come on the live. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
And I know you were fine.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty all right.
I can tell I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'll Pastor Google. You know what gets me? These union leaders, Roger. I'm passing through Hyderabad, and you know that famous corner there where Butler statue is,
yes.
Right? Yeah, right. That building is being rented to one of a big grocery chain. Are you telling me that Mr. Roger and them couldn't open businesses run by the union and so employ people who needs a job? But he's using the easy way out. I just rent the building and that is that. He is the one who wanted to give the government financial advice. But the petrol thing situation, you're up and down making people stand doing all sorts of nonsense. In the end, didn't the government do what was best for the country? So Roger and they all know that the government could only do what they could, but they know when they try to fool people with this, what is he having on Saturday or whenever it is?
Friday.
Yeah, because he knows in his heart that the government could only do what they could do, but he wants to fool people with this stupid thing, and people are falling, going up and down, and it should rain all day. Pastor, you have a great day.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. So come on the live and look at this picture. Look at this, Trinidad and Tobago. I want you all to come on the live and see this. Come on the live and look and see if what Aisha Wells predicted yesterday isn't coming to pass. I don't watch Aisha like Aisha is a prophet. Come on the live. I tell you, yesterday when I heard Aisha say it, I go to play the disclaimer, you know. The disclaimer was on my finger to press. And then I say, you know what? Nah, I will play the disclaimer. I will leave it. But lo and behold, today now, on the Newsday, you need to come on the live and see what I am talking about. Tell me this to refresh your memory. see what it's saying? It says, UNC counselor, my family is now being threatened. Didn't Aisha Wells yesterday said on my program that she told the counselor, don't be fooled, sir, if your life is going to be under threat. That is what Aisha said to him. Aisha Wells said to him yesterday, don't eat anything, don't drink anything, be very careful. Lo and behold, when you looked at the news day today, UNC counselor, my family is now being threatened. My question, boy, and people want to tell me that the two of them is the same. The both is the same. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, Mr. Paul Spain.
I wonder if Wall Street will be listening. You just listen to that at all? Hey, Pastor Google? You know, sometimes Wall Street just makes me believe that he is very insensitive of what's taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. But he always wants to pound Dr. Rowley and talk how he say he's the blackest man. Wall Street, let me tell you something. Aisha predicted this yesterday. These are things that we would also like to hear you talk about. How come you ain't talking about that? And I want to let people know, Pastor Google, unfair Roger was one of my favorites. You know what makes me start to question him, my dear brother? When I saw that the petroleum refinery was offered to you and it was about to go to you, the very said opposition leader and members said that I was going to court if the government can do that. And the first thing you did within the negotiation is run to Camilla for you to support me in no confidence in the Prime Minister and his government. Until I wonder if you're really thinking that it's a safe to play back where you tell a company, take your bundle and go. And for Wall Street to interfere with Jenny. You know what Jenny said? Jenny said once there is reason to be on the road to protest. She will be there not for foolishness, Wall Street. Wall Street don't even comment on the disgraceful piece, a statement that the opposition leader made about slave name. Well, you must be a white man. How come you don't condemn that? Every time I listen to you, Wall Street, and you know me, you know where you're stop. And I wouldn't let you get away with murder. At all, that of Jenny. Jenny is a genuine person who seeks the interest of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to tell people, these union people, and I'm a union, and I believe that union must be here in Trinidad and Tobago. But they are fooling people, and negotiation always starts in different buckets, regardless of who. I'm talking about who's messenger. He know that all the time, how negotiation that go. But no, the whole band of us must go and go down and support the court, Camilla, saying how wicked she is, and then run back to she, hug she up and tell she, come with me, vote and no confidence in the government because all you can meet and get petroleum refinery to buy. So, Wall Street, I want to hear you talk something in favor of Trinidad and Tobago, not with you, you both know that you, the Prime Minister, listen to you. After what you say about this man, right? Pastor Google, before I get back on this radio here, let me come up. because I will say something, we are going to expose a lot of them who hiding under the cloak are loving Trinidad and Tobago. They don't love Trinidad and Tobago, they love themselves. Because the scene we're going on in the rest of the world, Trinidad is not immune to the rest of the world. Everything that is going on here, going on in the outside world. But, oh God, it's rowdy. It's rowdy. You go in the bamboo for something, they're telling you the price. They said rowdy thing of that. Like if the bamboo didn't have people, it had one down there, tell people all kind of thing about children was in container. When it was money coming, never apologize to me. But he on radio, he know everything bad about rowdy. Thank you very much for allowing me this contribution. And I have plenty to say, but I will allow other people again. Thank you.
So you see this? I'm leaving this up to Miss Aisha Wells to deal with this afternoon. This afternoon, Aisha will deal with this. Trust me. I want to hear what Aisha have to say. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Pastor Google. You know, just listen to Mr. Paulus being there. It just passed across my mind that, you know, most of us who call on this program, your callers, good afternoon to them, by the way, you know, Mr. Eliaman, everybody, Brian, everybody. Most of these people live in Trinidad and they place their bets on Trinidad. You know, I could give my experience of being invited to work in the United Kingdom due to my qualifications. And at that moment, I asked myself, I just came out of 5 years of university education paid for by the GATE program. And, you know, I bet on Trinidad and Tobago. And I still bet on Trinidad and Tobago. I still think we are one of the best places in the world to live and to prosper, despite what these unpatriotic underminers say. And let me urge some of the callers that let me stop giving Wall Street the attention that he seeks and that he craves, because this is a man who has not placed his bets on this country. Why do we give him all that freedom? I keep asking that. And then you say from wherever he lives, I don't know if it's in New York or New Jersey, and he shoots his poison dart towards the patriots of this country. We are here, we place our bets, Jennifer, Mr. Bego, Pastor Google, you know, all of them, Aisha Wells. You yourself may have been United Kingdom for a while, but you yourself is back in Trinidad contributing in whatever way we could. And it's about time we start giving patriots in this country more airtime. I like how you start showing these little things that not little things, but these big things that the minister and of youth is doing, and let us start focusing. There are things, and these things serve as a distraction. When you hear Wall Street and Mr. Leave It There and Mr. Central and Mr. Penal off and on comes on, they come on with one intention, is to distract us from the real story, the things that are actually happening. And then what happens is that the youth now, in their head, they think to themselves there is nothing for them in this country because the narrative sort of fits them sometimes, when there are actually things for everybody in every age group. So let me just urge the callers, you know what, let me give patriots more airtime. Let's give Mr. Dr. Rowley some of the things he says in his press conference, you know, a bit more airtime, because Dr. Rowley, when he comes on, he gives a whole lot. I don't know if you ever listen to one of his press conferences. You understand? He gives us too much information. And let me just urge before I go that even though we may want to respond sometimes to the rhetoric, the constant giving them of air, I don't think it helps Trinidad and Tobago. I just think we should just give it more to the patriots. Everybody who wants to help this country and see this country move forward. Not the haters of the PNM, not the haters of the UNC either. We want people who are here for Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, Pastor Google, and be safe on your way down to the city south.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, you're not there.
Good day, Pastor Google.
All right, good day.
Pastor Google?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, caller. All right, you're not hearing me. I don't know why.
Good afternoon. It's good to know about these trade fairs and stuff at Sapa and Napa that the government is hosting. But then again, if people look at the news and read print media, and it may be found on some social media streams, this is something that is done on a regular basis by government. So it's not really new. My problem is, or the question is, where is the private sector in these trade fairs, in hosting of these trade fairs? These people in the private sector always complain of diversification of the economy and the education of the population. What is their contribution towards that betterment? Do they not want better informed, educated workers and employees to improve productivity? So why do they not contribute or aid and assist the government in the improvement of quality of education in this country for their workers? Or is it that the government must always spend billions in education and vocational studies and train people so that they, the private sector, can take them up and pay them low wages, their benefits? Is it that the government must do everything for the private sector and stakeholders to benefit while they contribute nothing towards the improvement and stabilization of the economy? This is the questions I want to ask. And this is where the trade unions fail in their capacity as proper trade union leaders to help build the economy. Good afternoon. Now, as far as trade unions in this country goes, I am one who personally believes that every working person should be a member of a trade union, because that helps improve the economy to some extent. Because when trade unions negotiate on behalf of workers, whether you're in or out of the trade union, all employees benefit. Whether you like who in the executive of the union or not, all benefit. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, all employees should be a member of a trade union. However, again, everything these days is a double-edged sword. The present crop of trade union leaders are failures, plain and simple. They always talk about cost of living and the economy, but what do they do to mobilize their membership to protest against the private sector greedy conglomerates that monopolize the economy and continue to have the cost of living high? When the government gives a wage increase, a minimum wage increase, who complains? The business sector, Doma Chamber of Commerce. And then they say too many people chasing too few goods, so that to raise prices to balance the economy. Every time public servants get a raise in pay by way of negotiations, who comes out and complain? Private sector. We have to raise prices because too much people have money and spending too much money. When is spending too much money in the business sector a bad thing? Is that not how you make your profits? At one point in time in this country, have we ever truly suffered a shortage of goods? Even during the present supply chain pandemic, we have never really suffered a shortage of supply of goods, unlike other countries, including America. So,
Hi, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Pastor Google, I think it's your newsroom that the union settled with Angostura for 7%, right? Right, public knowledge, right?
I believe so.
Right, that was on air on another radio station. They settled for 10%. But all right, the unions went down. They met with the board or the people at Angostura. They had a marathon session. They think, bam, they settled for 10%. Why it is the union and them is acting differently when it comes to dealing with the state? 25, all he said are big amongst the fallen. When we just went through a whole session of just borrowing under the UNC, borrowing, even though your gas prices was extremely high, you borrow, you use out everything. You went to, you crush the NGC, you take out the $16 billion, you spend that, you do the country so much wickedness. You have a bankrupt thing, you move a clause for them to go with $1 billion. All these things you did with the government company. That's when the government company the other board, right? And the other board like to fix things. So the refinery was sucking on the treasury. So they fixed that up and running back now and making money. But what I'm saying, I'm trying to get at, is the government has to repay these loans. Now, Standard of course give us a nice rating, but we can't take that as a thing and run with that way. We get nice ratings, but because as far as we get a nice ratings because we paying our debts and bringing down the loans, it takes a reckless government to run and pay all kind of 25% increase in salaries to make a few people happy and to crash back and bring the economy right back down. And when a new government will have to come in and do the same thing to Lego workers, fire this black and white, or calling the IMF to do it first. In other words, what I'm saying is that look at how the unions and them organize with the private sector, but when it comes to the state, they do it differently. And they're only using politics and poor people and all these set of nonsense. But they're not, the unions are really not making no sense to me. The unions and them, actually, sorry, let me rephrase that. The union leaders and that we have here are not making sense because we look at them fellas and them. They just get a big contract and them out of the same state companies. Look at Watson Duke's wife and the contract that she get. You think it's Watson Duke's wife got that contract? Or who think it was to do that contract? And look at the next one in down on the port, get the contract to clean the boats. What did the workers get out of that? Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi.
You there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very afternoon to you, sir. I am always enlightened by Sister Jenny's contribution, sir.
Yes.
I hardly hear people call and counter what she's saying because it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell the gentleman, leave Miss Jenny alone. And also the gentleman who speak about strength for us and whatever, tell him I have two granddaughters and a little boy, speak proper English on the radio, man. Thank you very much, Pastor Google.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Papa G.
Yeah.
Papa G, I just have a short contribution. You see what they said there about when you were talking about Aisha, what she said? Papa G, I literally feeling to cry. I want to tell the burgesses of that gentleman, all they threaten back, don't let them touch here. I'm talking to the UNC people here. Listen, there's no PNM thing or no UNC thing, this is a humanity thing, Dread. They bring back people like Anna Roberts and Munilal and Israel Bacchanal was with our life sports and thing, and real people lost their life and thing. I'm calling on the burgesses. They probably want that brother to lead all here and to get the resources for all here. All they need to stand up against the threat. Now, it may look like all they stand up against the UNC, but it's not UNC all they stand up against. It's evil all they're going to stand up against. Don't tolerate that. Yeah, coming from a person who supports the PNM, but let me be, sure, and I just talked to my grandson in foreign days. Let me tell you something, Evil don't know no race, And if that brother's going to do something good for you, only rise up against that article that Pastor Google talk about today. It's only a big no, man. But go ahead. When you rule in our country, you're supposed to rule without fear and without favor. And the opposition, when they was in power, they was ruling with fear and they was ruling with favor. And we had to fight against the fear. I don't care if that brother is UNC, PADP or whatever, but he did the right thing. And only have to stand up by that, brother. If any UNC person listening, only do not allow them to move that fella. Papa G has gone out cold back later.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I am good.
All right, Pastor Google, since yesterday I'm trying to call you to tell you, but your program was so hot yesterday, right? I was calling to tell you why you and I should join up together, Pastor Google. I feel totally going to be a bum together, You be the researcher, bring out the facts, bring out the videos, and let Aisha do all the talk. Because she good at talking. She's the queen at talk. What do you think about that, Pastor Google?
I hear you, ma'am.
Told you be a good match together, serious, because sometimes I put on the radio to hear you. Then you're hearing Bishop Aaron, you're hearing this one, you're hearing that one. You know, but sometimes you just want to hear, I want you to have your own little program with all these intermissions now, boy, you know? Because I just look out for you. There is sometime 11 you're not there. Then I think I say ain't coming on. And I think then late in the evening you're hearing you come on. So I will like management to get your own little space now, boy. Or you and Aisha, all you come together as one. All you go make it real nice to all you. And I want to give a quick statement on the counselor. If the counselor going through all them threats and things, then we have to wonder now what it is the rest of the senators going through and the rest of councillors, because so far all of them is yes people, you know. Right now all of them is detailed, so we have to know what it is sweet on Kamala. If it's the B where kitchen are there and talk about we will boom and where they're running down the honey or whatever, we don't know, but all of them is yes people, so we have to study if them under direct already. Have a blessed evening.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right. So what I'm going to do in the next 15 minutes that I have, I'm going to take first-time callers. So if you are first-time, if you're listening for the first, well, not listening for the first time, but if you have never called before, this is your chance to call in 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, that's WhatsApp, and 466-5391. So this is for first-time callers only. All right, so from now until 2 o'clock, I only want to hear from first-time callers. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, I the first time call. I was listening to the program and I was talking about Ansel Roger. You know my group they call the Round Table?
Yes.
You know who was part of that Round Table?
Do you tell me?
Let me tell you, Ansel Roger and the present government was part of the Round Table.
MSG was a part of it. This guy was a part. You know that the PRO, yes, MSG was a part of it. The PRO, the present PRO for the UNC was a part of it. What's his name?
No, hold on. What Kurt Mayhew. But what I'm saying is this.
Kurt Mayhew,
What
yes.
I'm saying is, you're correct. When the Round Table was there, you remember they were thinking about his email gate and so on.
Mm-hmm.
You have no problem with Ansel Roger. He passed from his side, he pulled Madikin and so on. They have no problem with never problem with now. But when he was in the Round Table, and have all the thing going on with email gate and all kind of business. I had no problem with him. But I have a problem with it now. Because the government came in power and they forget the Round Table. Right? Now, you go in and doing it, put it and so on, you all have a problem with it. You see how things changed yesterday. They had Ansel on the program. Did you know 3 years ago, Ansel used to be on 102. Listen, Marlon Roberts, and she was telling people to vote. Now she telling people go and vote. You see how things have changed? 1, 1, 2, go and get the tape. The same Al Roberts, you know, with it now. And they had a big problem. When Al Roberts said it has not the wrong policy, she wonder wisdom and so on. She come and tell you, vote so now. 3 years ago, she was telling you, go vote. The same person. Look how things have changed. Thanks for that, brother.
First time callers 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, WhatsApp and 466-5391. First time callers, it's your chance to get through on the Street 919 FM. So I'm looking at the water taxi service. The water taxi service update. And the water taxi is saying to me, a regular passenger, that they have 2 sailings today, this afternoon, which is at 2:30 and 4:30. 2:30 and 4:30. All right, attention, water taxi passengers. Please note that we will be operating the water taxi on Thursday, the 11th of August to Tuesday, the 16th of August. And these are the new times. So they are departing from San Fernando in the morning from 5:30 to 7, from 5:30 and 7:30. And in the afternoon, they are departing from Port of Spain at 2:30 and 4:30. I have a real problem with it, but I'm going to deal with it diplomatically. I'm going to deal with it like a real diplomat. So, just remember I tell you all that. Hello, good afternoon.
First time caller, your Pastor Google.
Where are you calling me from?
From Moruga.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. First time, I did not listen to the radio station, but first time caller.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell me what's...
I called,
Go ahead, you call.
Yes, I called to find, I want 3 messages I have. Only have to be careful with Mr. Griffith. You remember the African, when they sent back some African fellas from Africa, and Mr. Griffith was one of the men when Africa with them. They sent them back. They paid $2 million for a pilot was to go. I don't know if people remember that. Mr. Griffith, when they sent back some African people.
Yes.
And look what's happening now with Guyanese and Venezuelans floating in the place. You understand? And my next question now, all you have to be careful is the UNC and them. It actually the UNC and them have buck.
Okay.
All you have to be careful.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Thanks.
What?
Oh, Lord. Wait. Oh, boy.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All right, so I can take about 2 more first-time callers before I leave. I can take 2 more first-time callers, so you can call me on 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, that's WhatsApp, and 466-5391. So people are calling and watching at the statements that are being made under the post from the water taxi. And people are saying this service falling through soon, like all the other government transport. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Where are you calling me from?
Aruka.
All right.
First-time caller.
Thank you very much.
No, the caller who spoke just out there, don't doubt him. That's all.
But I don't want to have that kind of conversation on the air because we don't have any evidence, and I am not going to put the radio station.
No, you don't have to talk about that, but I can don't doubt him in your heart. Don't doubt him.
Okay, sir.
Right, good.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're sounding very, very soft.
Pastor Google.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is the program?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first time caller.
Where are you calling me from?
Lovely Cedros.
Cedros. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Pastor Google. I'm calling on behalf of my representative, like Kennedy Richard. Because you know Kennedy Richard is the parliamentary representative of Point Fortin, which is Cedros is part of the constituency. Right? And something took place about 2 months back when we had Indian arrival celebration where a statue of Mahatma Gandhi was erected in Cedros. And my representative for the area was not invited to that ceremony. And nobody like they don't want to pick up that matter. And I find that a real disrespect to the parliamentary representative, because Kamala Prasad Bisesa was most present in that function, and that unveiling of that statue of Mahatma Gandhi. And Kennedy Richard was not. And I want to know what happened to the PNM supporters of the PNM and say nothing about that. And I want to know if these people don't know.
Well, that's not totally true, because I remember my colleague, Miss Wells, when they unveiled the statue, my colleague would have spoke about it, Aisha Wells, and also there's another talk show host that would have talked about it. But my time is gone, and I understand what you're saying. We're gonna get Mr. Kennedy Richards in the studio one of these afternoons.
That is what I call really.
All right, and we're gonna do that. All right.
Thank you, Pastor.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so let me say thanks to all the first-time callers, all the regular callers, and to all my YouTubers and Facebook people. 352 and counting, 200 and something and counting on Facebook. Thanks again for being with me today.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Well, the thing sell off. All you need to remember is that we're sailing from the breakfast shed in Port of Spain. We are boarding at 6:30 p.m. sharp because we're sailing at 7. This is a cooler event, so no glass bottles and no oversized coolers allowed. It's my birthday bash. We're talking about fireworks, cutting at the cake rhythm section, the full works. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you could probably try and see if you could get you a tickets at Roberts. Call Roberts at 333-2181. That's 333-2181. See you there.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's not wet.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the Moss Man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on the Street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance beat all talk.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, so line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute, Gadamawe, King Selassie. Selassie.
Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 919 FM.
Are you ready to experience real luxury? Then it's time to drive in style with the new luxury ride scratch game from NLCB. This is your chance to win one of 3 BMW 2 Series Grand Coupes with 1 year free insurance. You can also win up to $100,000 in cash prizes. Get your new luxury ride ticket at any NLCB lottery center and drive in style with your new luxury ride today. Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
There's a new taste in town. Maracas Bacon Shack at 79 Robert Street in Woodbrook brings you bacon shot, kingfish, fries, shrimp, aloo pies, and delectable sauces to tease your taste buds. Walk in, order with food drop, or get parking lot pickup at 488 Bake or 75 Shot. Need catering? No problem. Call or email tastemaracas@gmail.com. Follow Taste Maracas on social media for all the delicious details. Taste Maracas, the new taste in town. Corner of Roberts and Rosalino Streets. See you soon.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true you have batteries selling for